Hey guys, I got 12th place yesterday at Columbus. I threw the freest top 8 of my life. By free, I mean like my opponents were all chill, my opponents were all really cool, but I messed up a ruling, and if I would have just thought 5 seconds ahead of time and not turn my brain off, I was fine. But yeah, I played RYZEAL, MITSU, FIENDSMITH. I thought this deck was really cool. The list was really broken. Honestly, whenever I got to play, I never lost, except for one time when I was being stupid. So yeah, let's hop right into the list. 2X, 2 Sword, 2 Ice, and a Node. You want to max out on all the names because even though a lot of people are maxing out on the MITSU cards, I wanted to max out on seeing Ice, right? Because if Ice resolves, you can do everything. It's like you're playing old RYZEAL FIENDSMITH, except if this resolves, not only do you do the full RYZEAL FIENDSMITH combo, you also have MITSU. So, not much to talk about there. Oh, shout out Chode. Then you have the full, that's all of the RYZEALs in the main deck. Then you have the Ritual Monsters. Habakiri also does the exact same thing as Ice, but in reverse. So it's very, very broken. If you have Habakiri or Ice, or any way to both, you can do everything in the game. And you don't want to play multiple of these. This is a brick. You don't play Futsu because you're not maxing out on the MITSU package, which I'll show here. This is it. Aramasa's fake. Aramasa's not real. Every time I saw that card resolve, like if you normal summon it, I can just tell your hand's booty cheeks, and I don't want it in my deck because I don't want another brick. Night Sword allows you to go into a free rank 4, so a lot of people are cutting this, but I thought this was just better than that card. I saw this plus Habakiri more than I'd ever like to admit, and if I see that one more time, I am quitting this game. That is the best I can say out of TOS. Next is the FIENDSMITH. 2 Engraver, 1 Lacrima, and because I'm going to be talking about it later, 1 Sanct, 1 Paradise. A lot of people weren't playing this. I actually played a Mirror, except they didn't play the RYZEALs, I guess. And they didn't play this in their main deck, and they lost because of it. Like, you want to be able to play this in a pure fashion in some way, shape, or form. You play Sanct because you want to beat Droll. That's the entire reason these cards are in your deck. I kept playing this deck so much where I kept losing to Droll and I was getting upset. Like, there's no shot, like there was no skill. But as soon as you threw these in there, you can just have another push. And that infinite push just like wins you matches. I also want to play infinite non-engine. So you have the best hand traps in the game. You can actually Droll yourself in this version because you're doing the FIENDSMITH line. And the Charmies you want to max out on, you want to see them. Triple Ash because you want to stop Charmies. Double Bestials because most of the decks you lose to die the Bestials. And their bodies for FIENDSMITH. Triple Imperm. People thought this card was fake, but there's a lot of matchups where you want to stop their Caesar. So if you hit their Caesar, hit their Detonator, hit whatever negate they have on the end of the Malice board, you just win the game. There was someone who set up full Malice end board against me yesterday, and I beat them. They had no cards left because this deck just pushes through everything. And then spells, follow, it's another Ice. Prayers is more copies of Habakiri, so you have infinite ways to combo. 1 Ritual, this is like the only true hard brick in the deck. I drew it every single game for the last 4 matches, and I was so tilted. It was like this and the trap were like stuck next to each other. You also don't play the MITSU trap because that card's bad in main deck. And then 2 of the Trinity. Main deck is 43. Extra deck. Dead Namer. Duo Drive. Dugaris. Baguska. I'm going to talk about this one soon. Fimps. Twins. Aggregator. Here are all, in my opinion, the needed XYZs. I wish I sometimes played a second Eclipse Twins, because a lot of people think it's correct to send this, but I'll be real, since I play so few XYZs, I actually is a misplay for me to send this. I'd rather send this to blanket cards, so if I get rolled, I can attach it off of Detonator, or just have it in Graveyard, so that I can make Twins mid-combo, send it with, I'll actually make Twins with Baguska and another card, send it with Node, and now this is set up in Grave, so I can make Detonator with Eclipse Twins underneath, and if they hit my, if there's any way they can stop this, right, I just pop it, and I bring back Baguska. So the Bagooska lock is crazy. Lynx, SP Little Knight, Super Piss Knight. This card's crazy. Sequence, you make Desiree a lot more in this deck than you think you would. Requiem, you hit the Quan. Moon. Moon because you want to be able to make the FIENDSMITH package with any card in your deck. Agman Day, I saw a lot of people cutting this card in this specific version of the deck, but this allows you to just kill, especially since you get a Fiend locked. Caesar is the god card of this format. If you can make Caesar underneath draw, you beat every deck. Except when they X you, but if they X you, they're better than you. They can eat my wife, they can take my wife, they can do whatever, they got it. Necroquip, again another god card, just being able to swing, draw, everything. She's really good. Desi. And I think this extra deck is like quote unquote perfect. Another thing I want to talk about Bagooska with, that this is actually kind of a god card against VS, but there's a lot of times against Vanquish Soul that's like not correct to make this. And in testing, this card came up all the time, but at the event, it never came up once. The one time it did come up was against my buddy on Gem Night, shout out to Bean. And he XYZ encored me, so I wasn't able to do the setup.
Store credit.
Side, triple Lancia, triple Meows. I was actually thinking of cutting down on one of these because of there being too much, not enough Malice in the area, but I played multiple Malice. One cross out Designator, shout out Chase, I cross outed his Magma. Harpies, Lightning Storm, these were the god cards. I didn't like these in testing, but what was really broken was playing against Malice and just being able to call spells and traps and then forcing out everything. This is the ratio I kind of wanted to talk about. When you side going first, you side in V6 and take out the Charmies. It's going to sound a little weird that you take out the Charmies, throw in a cross out Designator, but like if they have the Charmy and you don't have any other out to it, it's fine, because sometimes you can just sit on Bagooska. You just sit on like whatever you want. You have multiple ways to play around it, but it's fine. But you don't want to max out. I wanted a searchable Judgment, so I wanted another card to act like Judgment. So crazy, it was Judgment. And then Triple Strike is the best trap card in the game. Overall, I just wanted to take this just to like have a placement. First regional of the season, got 12. Could have done better. There's a good chance, because the guy who won the whole thing, I think there was a chance where I could have actually won that game, but he was fantastic. Every opponent I had was really cool, really sick. Wouldn't have changed my tournament experience. I just played like I had no brain for the last 3 rounds, which is fine. We'll just do better to the next one. But no, thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out Adam.